But there was a massive push from fake bot accounts online for an entire Nintendo to hire a trans individual who goes by the name Hunter Schafer, a biological man.
Like, for God's sake, like, dude, Zelda might have a... Like, quartering, you are 40 plus years old, dude.
Biological man.
A girl. Yeah, well, Zelda's also an elf.
A biological man for hiring this individual who's not even an actor as far as I know.
Not even an actress? This guy has literally no fucking clue what he's talking about at all. Hunter Schafer was in Euphoria, you fucking idiot.
Hiring a biological man.
What is going on? Can I get a show of hands? Who's here? Who's actually rocking with me right now? I got a few things I want to talk about. Are we good? I'm just making sure we're all good here. Anyway, yeah, I got a few things I want to talk about here. And the first one, of course, is going to be the Hunter Shafer Zelda movie drama. So basically, if you're not in the loop, this just dropped today. This is from Nintendo announcing, let's go to here. Can anybody read Japanese? Because I can't. Anyway, this is Miyamoto. I am pleased to announce that for the live action film of The Legend of Zelda, Zelda will be played by Bo Bragidson-san. I don't know who that is. And Link by Benjamin Evan Ainsworth. I don't know who that is. I am very much looking forward to seeing both of them on the big screen. The film is scheduled to be released in theaters on May 7th, 2027. 2 years? 2 years. Okay, 2 years. But anyway, and yeah, before this got announced, there was a lot of drama. People were pissed on the internet because of the idea, the mere concept that a person by the name of Hunter Schafer, most well known for their role in the show Euphoria, could have possibly been playing Zelda. Now, I looked into this a little bit, and you're going to have to just take my word for what I found, because I do not feel like citing my work. But basically, if you look into the roots of where this rumor started, and you go from there, you basically find that this was probably never even in the works official talk with Nintendo. Why do I say that? It just seems like a bunch of bot accounts, and like this person, most likely this person's media company, introducing the rumor to, you know, further the career of Hunter. I don't have a problem with that or anything. Okay, that's not Hunter's fault. I'm just saying that I don't even understand why people got so upset with it from the beginning, because when I looked into the validity of the rumors, I couldn't really find anything. According to this article from Teen Vogue, this guy Daniel RPK was the root of the rumor, and if you go on Daniel RPK's Twitter, it's just like links to their Patreon. He's a nobody. He's a fucking nobody. Who cares what he thinks or says? But that didn't stop some figures from getting pretty upset by this. The most notable of which would be, where is he? Where's my boy? TheQuartering. Yeah, TheQuartering, of course, you know, the second we start talking about anything, you know, like social issues, the social war, the war on man and masculinity, you know, like this is like up his alley. And I just love the way he words his video. Nintendo refuses woke propaganda. I would love to see what TheQuartering is looking at, what type of brain rot he has is being delivered to his eyes that would make him think that Nintendo refused anything. From my research, there was no evidence this was ever even on the table. So it's just fun. Like, he has to like immediately market this video as him covering some valiant rejection of like woke culture. That's the word I was looking for. Culture war. TheQuartering very excited to go over culture war topics. You know, and they're rejecting this culture. They're fighting in this culture war. They're on the quartering side because they hired a woman to play Zelda. And also the media is having a meltdown. The media is having a meltdown, guys. Let's go on Twitter. Let's go on Twitter real quick. Let's look up Zelda. Let's look up Zelda on Twitter. The only one I have to watch because some of these get pretty nasty. But, I mean, the only people complaining are the people that didn't want this person to be Zelda. The Quartering's media is like, it's like having a meltdown. I'm like, obviously I gotta watch what I'm saying because I'm looking at a bunch of people like being really rude towards trans people and saying some pretty heinous shit. But like what? White female cast as Zelda. The long way down posting will continue. The Flash, fan of the channel. A woman is playing Zelda. Again, I'm like just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and you could claim that I'm being facetious by not showing you the horrific gore on my timeline. But the only people I see having a meltdown have continued to be people that would not have wanted Hunter Schafer to be Zelda. In my opinion, on like, oh well, Hunter Schafer, Zelda's not trans. Blah, 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 blah. Hunter Schafer shouldn't be allowed to play Zelda. I don't know. Here's the like picture of the resemblance, and I got to admit, people are using this photo of Hunter Schafer to be like, he looks just like they look just like Zelda. They look just like Zelda. How could you say this? This is like the hair and everything. Like this is obviously like the perfect photo to use for this, where she looks, they look like an elf, right? I don't know. I don't think the resemblance was that ridiculous that like it's insane that they didn't cast this person. But at the same time, I have no problem if Hunter Schafer would have been casted. The performance they gave in Euphoria was fine, from what I can remember. And of course, in that show, like this person was playing a trans individual. But I mean, they came across very feminine. And also, we're talking about a mythical elf in an imaginary world. I really don't think it would have been that much of a stretch to have Hunter Schafer play Zelda. So I guess going into this, I'd like to disclose that my opinion is I'm indifferent. Either way would have been fine with me. But the quartering here is fighting for truth, justice, the American way, and a constant supply of quarter pounders. And I want to hear what he has to say about this. I want to hear what he had to say about all this. Let's check it out.
Austin, I'd like you to meet somebody.
Oh yeah, I watched. Look at this really, really funny opening skit gag. This is peak comedy.
This is my mother, Mrs. Exposition.
Austin! It's a man, baby!
Also, that's violence in the first 30 seconds of your video. You're not allowed to have that. You're not allowed to have that, the quartering. But like, seriously, how fucking stupid are you? This is a guy that constantly bitches and moans and complains about his channel being unfairly treated. And you have MeJoeShmoe over here sitting under 2,000 subs. I know that I'm not allowed to show examples of violence in the first 30 seconds of my video, but this will get yellow. This will get the yellow dollar sign of death. This video will get demonetized, and the quartering will pretend like he's being uniquely victimized by YouTube's terms of service. Dude, this guy's he's either really, really fucking stupid or he's intentionally malicious. Either way, I just can't help but laugh at this fucking guy.
Austin, I'd like you to meet somebody. This is my mother, Mrs. Exposition.
Austin! It's a man, baby!
And yes, the TOS does also cover simulated violence. So yes. That like when this does if this gets demonetized, it's like, yeah, no shit, you blatantly broke the rules. At 1 million that's the thing. At 1 million subscribers plus, does he really not know the rules, or does he play dumb whenever he gets punished? Because people like to hear that he's being victimized. It's like he's like a perpetual fucking victim.
Yeah, come on.
I'm on the right side of the argument. I'll die on this hill for the right side of the argument. Like, that's his whole deal. Like, I don't know, malicious or stupid, the quartering. That'll be the next poll.
Why won't this wig come off?
What's up, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and I don't know if you knew this, but there was a live-action Zelda movie in the works. Now, I have massively mixed feelings about this. I don't think, how do I put this? I think the odds of it being terrible are quite high, but it's still Nintendo. And even though I think the Super Mario movie was only mediocre, like a 6.5.
1.86 million subscribed YouTube channel, ladies and gentlemen. 38 minutes ago, this video was posted. It's got 4,000 views and climbing, man. I like, people just like to regurgitate, like people like to hear their own opinions regurgitated back to them, right? Like, people click on his videos because it's like a nice, safe place to just hear your own thoughts slammed back into your face. Like, what is there here? What is he like? What is so great? I feel bad for even reacting. Like,
maybe a 7 if you have hard Mario nostalgia. It was still a good movie.
It's not even live. It's pre-recorded. I could excuse this level of quality if it was like a live stream. I do not believe. Okay, and live Rumble Monday through Friday. So maybe this is like a re-upload of a live segment. But like, it just, and then it's like, I don't know, just slow. He's just slow.
Relatively free from modern politics. And to be honest with you, if they did a Zelda movie, like an epic Zelda movie, it could be
like, and also, how old is this fucking guy? Oh god, I'm just gonna get caught up talking shit on TheQuartering the whole time. Like this guy's like all about manliness and masculinity, right? And the war on masculinity and these social warfare. How old is this guy? He is 42. He's 42. This is a 42-year-old man, like, talking about a video game movie that's going to be probably angled towards little kids. Like, I don't know. It's just the whole picture is just so hard to watch for me.
Legendary. You know what would have been funny is if they had made the Zelda movie like in the early 90s or late 80s, like, and used the aesthetic from Jim Henson's The Labyrinth or something like that.
What does he keep looking at? What are you, like, you're a professional YouTuber, dude. What are you looking at?
Kind of that.
He can't make eye contact with the camera, dude.
That
he can't do
era
it.
of film, like 70s, 80s, like that aesthetic might actually work. But so would, like,
what is going on? That aesthetic might actually work. Does he have a script he's reading? What, like his cadence is like fucking bizarre, dude. I don't think I've ever actually watched a quartering video before. Like, who is what? Hey guys, today we're gonna be talking about the new Zelda movie, and I think the movie might actually, well, I'm not sure. I don't know. If the movie would have been made in the 80s, I think it would have been good, but there's a high probability that this movie might not be good. Is he just intentionally padding out the video? He's like stretching it out because he doesn't have enough content to make it the 10 minutes? Like, what the fuck, dude?
I don't know, something epic like Lord of the Rings? Like, you could make it truly
Do a shot every time this guy pauses.
epic. Before all that, a huge message from this video's sponsor, Private Internet Access. Shout out to this video's sponsor, Private Internet Access. Look, if you aren't using a VPN yet,
I have never heard of this VPN in my entire life. Who has ever heard of Private Internet Access VPN? What is it, NordVPN? That's the only one I know.
you're completely missing out, and Private Internet Access is the one I use on all of my devices. If you've been following the news, you see that censorship, websites, apps are getting shut down in certain countries.
Censorship is getting shut down, guys. You know that's a good thing. You don't want to use this VPN, dude. You're going to have to use you're going to have to use the raw internet where censorship is being shut down. Isn't that like the opposite? Like, the reason he had to say that is because he's very like, everyone's censoring me. I blatantly break YouTube's rules that they're very, very, very transparent about. And then when they demonetize my video for breaking the very, very, very transparent rules, I act like I'm a unique victim in the I'm being censored. Well, this is good because the raw internet without a VPN is cracking down on censorship.
my devices. If you've been following the news, you see that censorship, websites, apps are getting shut down in certain
Censorship's getting shut down, dude. Don't use this VPN, bro. You're gonna get censored. If you watch the news, you know censorship's getting shut down. You heard it from the quartering first.
countries, all sorts of craziness. Well, a VPN helps you never have to worry about that. Private internet access also protects you from the prying eyes of hackers.
It'll protect you from getting your this VPN will protect you from not getting censored.
Internet service providers and others that can view your personal data. Perhaps also just as importantly, private internet access allows you to access region-restricted content from all over the world. Streaming services like Netflix, Amazon Prime, and more have different library options.
Look. This uploader has not made this video available in your country. The veneer of like unjust censorship that these people pretend exists is insane. YouTubers, and I'm small, right? But I am a YouTube partner. I read up on all the TOS shit. I get like flagged sometimes for shit. I'll get in trouble. Blah 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 blah. The further I've gotten, like with my own YouTube career, if you want to, let's call it a hobby. The further I've gotten with my own YouTube hobby, the more I realize how much all these fucking YouTubers, even people that I like, have lied and at the very least misrepresented like YouTube's terms of service and how it affects the content that they make on this website. It's disgusting. Like the second a channel gets like hit with with a fucking demonetization symbol, they're on Twitter crying about how they're getting picked on.
Based on where you're located, and some shows simply cannot be accessed if you're not in the target location. Happens to me all the time. Many sports events also have regional blackouts. Well, VPNs can be a convenient way to...
How long is this fucking... It starts 1:38 and... Oh my god. And it goes for fucking... This is a 2-minute long ad in a 13-minute video. What percentage of the video is just ad?
To make sure you're getting the content that you're paying for. Private internet access also allows you to protect an unlimited amount of devices all at the same time, so your entire household with a single subscription. And I've been working with private internet access so long that I have an absolutely massive discount available to my viewers. Link in the description below. Get private internet access today using my link. Save huge, protect your computers, access all the content that you've been paying for, and ensure that your internet is never censored.
Ensure your internet's never censored. There's a woke war out there, ladies and gentlemen. You have to make sure your internet's not being censored.
From fake bot accounts online for an entire Nintendo to hire a trans individual paying for and ensure that your internet is never censored. But
oh my god, this production is ass. I'm so sorry to dwell on it, but just everything about this guy is so fucking funny. The end of his advertisements cut out. Listen.
Protect your computers, access all the content that you've been paying for, and ensure that your internet is never censored.
It's never what? It's never sent? It's never what? How do you fuck that up? It's because people don't actually watch, right? People don't actually watch. They just put them on and then they're like, yeah, let me write my comment. Yeah, the woke war, we're winning, boys. They don't watch. They don't listen. Nobody's listening.
But there was a massive...
They're pooping. It's a 10-minute video. They're pooping.
...push from fake bot accounts online.
There's nobody actually could have ever. He's right. I do believe that there was a push from fake bot accounts online to get this to get the publicity on Hunter Schafer. I would argue, based on what I was physically seeing, and right now, if you go on Twitter, you will see the fake bot accounts were more probably from the media company, like the publisher perspective of Hunter Schafer. But the people that actually like wanted Hunter Shafer to play Zelda was primarily like transgender individuals that obviously would have been excited to see more representation of their likeness in media. Like the whole description here is so funny. Like the trans community all got together and made a bunch of bot accounts to try to force Nintendo to make a trans person Zelda. Like that's the narrative I feel like he's trying to spin here, which is just not what happened. Like, dude, like, yeah, trans people did want to see a trans person be like a main role in a movie. That made them feel comfy cozy inside. Okay. Is that really that hard to believe? He's not wrong with the bot accounts, but He's putting the blame in the wrong corner, bro.
Hire Nintendo to hire a trans individual who goes by the name Hunter Schafer, a biological man. It was
yes. That would be right. That was like obvious, right? If the person's representing feminine and they're trans, you would assume they're a biological man. No, like he has to say that it's like an insult. It's like a fucking shadow smear, or a slight diss. A biological man, like it's like redundant. It's redundant for the sake of just like being offensive in a way, almost. Not that I could give a... Here's the thing with being offensive. It has to at least be funny. That's my rule. If you're offensive and it's funny, you get the pass.
completely fabricated. The interest was completely nonsense. And when they announced this morning, Miyamoto announced who would be playing Zelda. Okay. This is Miyamoto. I'm pleased to announce that for the live action film of The Legend of Zelda, Zelda will be played by Bo Bragenson-san. Bo Bragenson. And Link by Benjamin Evan Ainsworth. I'm very much looking forward to seeing both of them on the big screen.
All right, we already read that.
I will give it a watch if they keep DEI out of it. The hero saves a...
But this is what I'm saying. The media is having a meltdown. Dude, like, I'm not saying that you'll never find a fucking transgender flipping out because they didn't, like... But it's majority his people. The majority is his people. Like, the media is melting down, is like... He's trying to portray that the media is woke and their trans starlet didn't make the lead role, so now they're having a meltdown, which was like, it's literally the fucking opposite. It's literally the fucking opposite. It's people like TheQuartering and the people that would follow TheQuartering having a meltdown that they might have a trans, they might have a trans person play a mythical elf from a video game, because that would just be insane. Like, obvious, like maybe Zelda does have a dick. You ever think about that? She's an elf. Are we experts on elf biology? like genuinely, like, I'm not saying that there's never issues in movies and media, because they're obviously trying to force someone in a role, like, and it is like a social issue. It is like a culture war thing. I'm not saying that never happens to the detriment of the production. I'm just saying that this was not an example of that. From my perspective, the way I see it, that's all. That's my take.
Damsel and with sword and wits, who will be playing Ganon? Sorry, but we will be boycotting this movie until Hunter Schafer, the trans person, plays at Zelda. Ruthlessly ratioed. The era of these, like, tyrants, these
tyrants, literally on your own screen. Dude, on your own screen. Let's go down what TheQuartering saw with his own eyeballs in this carefully curated comment reply section to this. Look, the media is melting down. The woke media is melting down. All right, let's check out the response. Nice. Okay, but who gonna play Tingle? Link's actor doesn't have blonde hair. Sad.
Big screen. Nice.
What could have been? Like jokes. You know, like, nobody's that upset.
Link's actor, you could have...
Then we have the one comment down here that's like mad, all the way at the bottom. After, I will give it a watch if they keep DUI out of it. Hero saves damsel with sword and wits. Thanks. Who will play again? Nobody is fucking in this reply section so far. That's like blatantly out of their way. I have to express how mad I am, upset that Hunter Schafer did not get this role. You get one. Literally, he skipped through one. The only one that we've seen so far. He had to skip all the way to it to make an example out of this one reply.
They could have, obviously some memes in here. I will give it a watch if they keep DEI out of it. The hero saves a damsel and with sword and wits. Who will be playing Ganon? Sorry, but we will be boycotting this movie until Hunter Schafer, the trans person, plays at Zelda. Ruthlessly ratioed. The era of these, like, tyrants, these online bullies these are the same people that said they were mortally upset when Gina Carano tweeted beep, boop, bop. And Disney believed them and fired her over it. They actually sent her to sensitivity training because she refused to use people's, to put pronouns in her own bio. This is great news. A woman.
Literally, but I'm like is my brain. So he got ratioed. Wait. He's a reply. He didn't even get ratioed. There's no evidence this person got ratioed. Like, he had to make an example out of the one person that felt the need to speak up. And this person ruthlessly ratioed. The era of these bullies getting their way is over. Do you not know what a ratio is? And if you, like, there's nothing on your screen. A ratio is when a reply to the original post gets a higher like rating than the original post, indicating that the reply being dismissive of the original post wins. More people agree with it. That is not being demonstrated on the screen right now. He just said that.
Woman will be playing a woman in the new Zelda adaptation.
Is because the point he's trying to make, that there's this big fucking culture war that we all need to be worried about, and his side is like it's not happening. It's like niche groups on the internet that get really cranky and scream and cry.
Let common sense
And the majority of people were cool with this and liked this. And he's still, the media is having a meltdown. Dude, nobody cares. Literally nobody cares. I care about you and your drama. I don't care about who the fuck is going to be an elf from a video game. Who fucking, it's not a big deal, dude.
Boy, how far has society fallen? Now wait till you see the mainstream media reaction to this, because it is wild. If you look at discussing film, they had to shut down their replies. Bo Bragason has been cast as Zelda. Should have been her. Look at the material. That's a biological man. 7,000 likes is a biological man. Just so everyone knows.
Again, like, okay, now we're seeing a couple more, but it's like dude, these people just wanted to Hunter. Like, they're not, like, I don't know. I think that he's being, I don't know. Look at the way he's portraying these replies that are pro Hunter. And he's describing this as like, they're melting down. They're losing it. Like, these people just like Hunter. Maybe these people just like Hunter Shafer from Euphoria. That's the other thing. Is he poorly researched, or is he trying to discredit that the prowess of the actress, whatever you want to call it? Because this person was in Euphoria. It's like that was a big show. Like, not once did he mention that, I believe, if I can recall.
We wanted Hunter, biological man, 2.5
biological man,
1,000 likes. Wait, isn't Zelda this guy?
Whenever I talk about TheQuartering from now on, I'm gonna go TheQuartering supposed. I'm gonna call him supposed biological man. I never seen his dingaling. I only know he pees in his basement.
That should have been her. That's actually pretty funny. I wouldn't have been surprised. The people
like that. Her in The Last of Us. That casting is ass. I'll just say it. That was terrible. For obvious reasons. They could have definitely found someone better. And I do believe that the reason they casted her was for publicity that would come around the culture war discussion around casting them. I do believe that. Like, that would be an example of bad casting, and it was probably due to an intentional DEI culture war reasoning, right? I don't feel the same way about Hunter Shafer being cast as Zelda.
People actually mad about now casting Hunter Shafer, again, biological man, seem to forget
biological man
could actually
do a drink every time that TheQuartering has to remind you that this trans individual that people wanted to play Zelda is a biological man. Like, it's so cringy and it's just like unnecessarily redundant. I could give a fuck less about the culture war part of this. I don't have a leg in this race. Either way, I'm fine. I'm probably never even going to watch the movie. It's the way that he covers these topics that is just so fucking funny. It's like ass. Like, who buys it?
We hold auditions for parts like this. It's an acting job, not simply a lookalike job. They're such cowards. We all knew who they should have casted. This comment section is incredible. We've surely reached a point. A white woman is cast to play a white princess, and there's backlash.
Well, the problem was never the white part. It was Erlong over here. My understanding is the issue was never around the ethnicity. It was more of the biological sex of the individual. Oh God, this is why I'll cover it in a way where it's like I'm making fun of how stupid someone is. But anyone who's willing to actually sit here and get mad and engage with this level of discourse is just a fucking idiot, dude. They're so stupid.
We absolutely do not need a live action Zelda.
How many better, little children should be having these types of discussions? Like Quartering, you are 40 plus years old, dude. What the fuck are you doing, dude? 40-year-old men think they're going to cast the wrong person to be the Zelda princess. Oh, it's like what? And these are the people that are like, you need to be a man. We need to bring men back. Men need to be proud again. Which I can actually get behind to a degree. I can agree with that to a certain level. But then this is not the guy to hear it from. This guy has no room to talk.
That I'd probably agree with. In my experience, live action anything is worse than the original. Now maybe there's some IPs that's you could argue that stood alone, or a cartoon that got made into a movie that was pretty good as a live action. But in general, I pretty much
is this recorded live or is this a video? Because if this is a video, it's ass.
Agree with that. We don't really need live action anything. Is she even Hyrulean? A casting actually in step with the source material is wild. Looks like a pretty girl to me. It should be good. It should be at least okay. I don't know how they're gonna
the whole movie was dependent on this one casting.
Make a Zelda movie. If they make it epic, they can. The Game Awards, Zelda will be played by Bo Bragason in the live action. Looks like Hunter Schafer paid for a ton of bots. Again, that's the biological male. Nintendo saw fan demands and said, nah, we're good.
I don't even know.
No real fans were actually demanding that. That was fake.
I agree with him, but he thinks that the trans community got all their money together to bot this, and it wasn't just a push from Hunter Schafer's production company.
An actual female. Where's Zendaya?
Dude, is this really just him for fucking 10 minutes just reading everybody's replies to the announcement? Seriously? And he's not even proficiently engaging with the comments. He's there's nothing. It's so nothing.
That's a good point, because that chick gets cast in everything, and I just think she can't act her way out of a paper box.
Or is the reason that Zendaya was brought up is because Zendaya was in Euphoria with Hunter Shafer? Or do you even fucking know that? You fucking hamburger looking motherfucker, dude. Do you even know who? Did you even give a fuck enough to look into who Hunter Shafer is?
I thought we agreed.
Literally, now he hates. Now out of nowhere, fucking. There are little gems in here, aren't there? Now out of absolutely nowhere, Zendaya's catching fucking blanks because he's just reading off fucking replies and then afterwards scrambling to think of commentary around it. Where's Zendaya?
Chick gets cast in everything, and I just think she can't act her way out of a paper box. I thought we agreed on Hunter Shafer. Every comment section is full raging about them not hiring a biological man.
No, every comment. Okay, there's a little bit of both, to be fair, but to pretend like it's not fucking both ways. Obviously it's these culture war fucking idiots on both sides of the aisle. You have the people that are freaking out because they wanted representation in media. They wanted their, or maybe they just wanted their favorite actress from Euphoria, the Euphoria actress, actor, whatever, to be in the movie. Okay. So there's people that are pissed off now because that person's not going to be cast for whatever the reason is. And then we have people like TheQuartering who have like this ongoing, like they everything's a culture war. Everything's a culture war. There can never be an objective view to anything. Like, those people were freaking the fuck out at the thought a transgender person would be playing a mythical cartoon elf from a video game. Like, for God's sake, it's like, dude, Zelda might have a penis. Okay? I'm just saying it. We don't know.
Man, to play this role. And then if we go to the mainstream media, here's the Nerdist. You know, they used to pretend to be unbiased, like just a nerd culture website, but now they're just full-blown leftist. The Legend of Zelda live-action movie cast Link and Zelda. Alas, Hunter Schafer's not involved. So instead of talking about the actor and actress that got the job, they're talking...
Who fucking cares? Like, who the fuck cares? Like, I can definitely hear... I think that this look, okay, is definitely like, let's look up Hunter Shafer just in general. Okay, so I think that here's Hunter Shafer. Here's Hunter Shafer. I think that this obviously, like, for whatever reason this photo was taken, wherever it was taken, this specifically looks like this very specific depiction of Zelda. So just, like, you know, I can understand if this is the photo being thrown in your face, why you would think this is a good role. Like, I couldn't even argue with you. I would not have had a problem with Hunter Shafer got casted as Zelda. Like, literally, she's a mythical fucking creature. She's a mythical fucking creature. Like, we can get a little bit creative with the casting, I think. If there's ever going to be a reason to, like, cast this way, I think that having a unique looking although feminine individual playing a fucking fantasy mythical fucking creature from Zelda, like, I know it's like the princess, but she's a fucking elf. Okay? She's a fucking elf. I think this is like a very acceptable casting. I'm not saying that there's never instances of poor casting. I mentioned before that I think whoever got chosen to play the girl from The Last of Us, I think that casting was fucking terrible. And I think the root of the reason that person got chosen was like woke culture war bullshit. But this is not that instance. I would love to, like, sit down and ask, like, what was your problem with Hunter Shafer potentially playing this role? And, like, hear what the rebuttal is. Like, they just don't like trans people is what it boils down to, right? A trans person shouldn't be allowed to be in a movie. That's what it boils down to, right? Because if there's ever been a reason for this type of casting, this is it. This is like the exception, even if you hate it.
Talking about a trans individual who probably didn't even audition for it. That's the state of modern media. You see, Legend of Zelda fans really hoped that Hunter Shafer would play Princess Zelda in the live action. I challenged the Nerdist to prove that. Not bot accounts on Twitter. I'm talking about actual Legend of Zelda fans. I do not believe...
What do you fucking mean, dude? You just literally went over all the people that are crying about, in your words, like how your whole objective here is to prove that all these fucking woke, like, libtards are crying on Twitter, and then fucking 3 minutes later, you'll say, I would love for you to prove that Zelda fans are upset about this. Yeah, some of them were. And honestly, like, when it comes to Nintendo properties, I think a lot of people that go after Nintendo properties are on the spectrum of, like, sexuality. They are transgender, like, and non-binary and shit. Hello, what's going on? TheQuartering's freaking out, and then I'm freaking out about TheQuartering.
Anyone, anywhere, at any time was like, hey, I really want my beloved video game character to be played by a biological man, but female.
Dude, like, But again, like the whole part of this is like, well, Zelda's a girl. Yeah, well, Zelda's also a fucking elf. Okay, maybe girl elves have penises. Okay, maybe male elves look feminine by human standards. I don't know. We're talking about a fucking cartoon character being brought into live adaptation. If there's ever a point where these types of people could validate a transgender person playing a traditionally feminine person, this is it. It's a fucking you're playing a fantasy fucking creature. You're not even playing a human girl. Like
character. There's simply no argument for hiring this individual who's not even an actor, as far as I know.
Other than one, not even an actress. This guy has literally no fucking clue what he's talking about at all. He's actually a fucking idiot. He actually has he should not be talking about this topic at all. Hunter Schafer was in Euphoria. You fucking idiot, dude. Did he say that, or am I jumping to conclusions? This is literally the stupidest fucking man alive.
I do not believe anyone.
He's just shitting out of his mouth, dude. He's shitting out of his mouth.
Anywhere, at any time, was like, hey, I really want my beloved video game character to be played by a biological man, but a female character.
No, definitely transgender Nintendo fans would have wanted that, and there's probably a lot of them. Just as one group.
There's simply no argument for hiring this individual who's not even an actor, as far as I know. I don't know.
Oh my God, he's actually a fucking idiot. He's actually a fucking idiot. He's going to sit here and pop off about fucking Hunter Schafer playing Zelda or not. He doesn't even know who Hunter Schafer is, dude. You don't have to agree with the casting, but to have the fucking balls, dude. To have the fucking balls to sit here with your chest out and give your opinion when you fucking don't even know what you're talking about. Is he the one of those anti-woke grifters? Yes, he is. Which, by the way, it's kind of funny because when you're grifting, you're courting a specific audience, and he's called the quarterer. TheQuartering. I just realized that today. Is that intentional? But listen. This is what I want to know now in the middle of this video because he's boring as fuck. He's the most unenthusiastic fucking moron. Like, I feel like it's funny to laugh at him for the little diamonds you get in the rough, but you have to sit through so much fucking hay to find the fucking needle in the haystack with him. This is what I want to know. TheQuartering does not even know. First of all, he can't think of any reason why a transgender person could possibly be chosen to play an elf in a movie, a fucking fantasy fucking entity from a cartoon. Like I would think like there's some part of me that's like, yes, a non-conventionally feminine person might be best to play a mythical elf princess in a movie. There's something about that I actually am like, yeah, you know what, I actually can see that. But did he ever talk about Euphoria? I'm not even like a huge fan of Euphoria. I'm just saying that like if TheQuartering, hold on, TheQuartering, how do you spell Euphoria? Oh, talk about idiots. I don't even know how to spell Euphoria. I only know about Euphoria because I was dating a girl who was really into Euphoria. Hold on, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I want to see if he ever talked about Euphoria. Because at that point, I'm just like, this man is actually a fucking idiot. Maybe he never did. He might have not have. I might be eating crow here. Zendaya? I'm just looking on his channel. What about Sydney? Didn't Sydney Sweeney come from Euphoria? Hold on. Isn't that her name? Sydney Sweeney. Oh my God, dude. For YouTube to be owned by Google, like, okay, honestly, I can't fucking spell. Fair enough. But when I use Google, Google can make up for my disability, okay? But when I'm on YouTube, owned by Google, their search engine, like when I'm on a channel, is like ass. It's like, what? Oh, dude, no. Oh, you meant Sweeney with an I. Oh, okay. I know this motherfucker's talked about Sydney Sweeney. The first time he talked about Sydney Sweeney was fucking 6 months ago.
What's on, everyone? Jeremy here from TheQuartering, and what a weird, wild world. And the active. I think.
All right, he. Oh, whoa! What the fuck? Anyway, he legitimately might have never even. He might not know what Euphoria is. It's possible.
Never even heard of the person. We must admit, casting Hunter Shafer would have been really perfect. Shafer is super talented, and we'd love to see a transgender.
But he's spouting off about how, like, oh, this person's not even an actor. It's like, well, you would have thought before you got out here in front of your fucking 1.86 million subscribers and put your chest out and said some shit, you'd at least like Googled Hunter Shafer first.
Gender person cast in such a high profit role. Why? I think transgender people.
Why not?
Can play transgender people in movies. Make more movies about.
Transgender people can play transgender people in movies, but they cannot play mythical creatures from video games. That is fucking above board. That is no.
Transgender people, and then you'll get more roles for transgender people. You know, aren't these the same people that are like, you know, you can't have a non-gay person play a gay person, but you can have a gay person play a straight person?
That might be a thing that's said. I don't watch a lot of gay transgender people online, but I've never heard anyone say that in my entire life.
The rules around this woke nonsense are like so insane and so.
They're made up in your head. They're made up in your head, bro. Is the woke enemy in the room with you right now?
Like unhinged. Alas, it will not be. The Legend of Zelda has instead cast Bo Bragginson as this live-action Princess Zelda. You might know Bragginson from Disney Plus's Renegade Nell, and we're excited to see what she can do. You wrote one sentence about the woman that got the job, and you wrote not even a full line about her, and you wrote 5 lines about a trans person that didn't even get the job.
Because this trans person was fucking trending on Twitter, and there was like a giant push to have this person be cast as Zelda. So yeah, when it came out that this person wasn't casted as Zelda, that was the majority of the fucking story, the way they wrote it. No, like what? Like literally. Well, I don't like this. Look at this. Most of this paragraph was actually written in favor, talking about Hunter Shafer, while only nearly one sentence was of the Bo individual. It's like this dude, like I don't even know how to describe it. It's like, I hate to sound like myself, like one of these fucking like lefty grifters motherfuckers, but it does come across like he has like brainworms, like he's insane. He's an insane person. Like he's looking for fucking bugs on the wall.
Probably wasn't even being considered. You know what I mean? Hashtag just saying.
Like disturbed. I hate, like, it sounds like I'm like a lefty grifter now, like on the other end of it, but like literally, how else do you describe it? Well, they only talked about Bo for 1 sentence. They talked about Hunter Shafer for 3. The bias is apparent. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude?
Cast revealed for Legend of Zelda live action movie. Hunter Shafer not casted as Zelda. How
yes, dude. That was like trending on Twitter all week. The only reason I know this movie's even in production is because a bunch of people were talking and arguing about whether Hunter Shafer should be cast for the role or not. And you're over here like, why do you care? Why don't you just write an article about the person who did get cast? Because nobody fucking cares. Well, nobody cares. That's not the story. The story isn't that Bo Bragginson got cast as Zelda. The story is that Hunter Shafer didn't, because that's what the most people care about. Like, literally. No, it's because of the bias. You're a fucking idiot, dude.
How do you think this Bo Bragginson feels?
No, I think that this 40-plus-year-old man absolutely does give a shit about this Nintendo movie being made, quite frankly.
Like, they're just a woman who got the job. And literally every headline is like, you don't deserve this. It was supposed to be a...
When did the headline ever say that? Every headline is saying, now he's like, this person's a victim and being harassed by the trans community. That's what he's trying to imply here. Every title is harassing this person, saying you don't deserve the role. No, people are disappointed because they wanted Hunter Schafer to have the role. How is this? It's right here in front of our fucking eyeball. Cast revealed for Legend of Zelda live action movie. Hunter Schafer not casted as Zelda. They worded it that way because everybody was wondering whether Hunter Schafer was going to get casted or not. It's at no point should a reasonable person take that as they're trying to tell Bo that they don't deserve the role. That's not what they said, bro. That's not what they said.
Revealed for Legend of Zelda live action movie. Hunter Schafer not casted as Zelda. How do you think this Bo Bragison feels?
I don't know. I don't think that. I think probably indifferent. People just wanted. They were just wondering. So there are people that wanted Hunter Schafer, dude. It's really not that complicating. How do you think Bo? Now Bo's a victim. Now we have to virtue. Now we have to concern troll. Guys? What's Bo gonna think about this? Like fucking nobody. I don't even think Bo cares.
Like
there's nothing here that I see that would make me think that Bo would be offended. Before it was announced that Bo was going to be playing the role, people thought it might be fucking Hunter. That might be a good idea. It's completely separate topics.
They're just a woman who got the job, and literally every headline is like,
and Hunter Schafer is just a trans person who people thought should have the job.
You don't deserve this. It was supposed to be a trans.
How do you think Hunter Schafer feels? Like literally, your own logic flipped on its fucking head. How do you think Hunter Schafer feels when a couple people were like, "Yo, I think Hunter Schafer would be good for this role," and people came out of the woodwork being like, "No, never. That would be terrible. Who even is that?" How do you think Hunter Schafer felt? If we're gonna fucking clutch our pearls for other people that don't even probably give a fuck.
Trans person.
This guy's a fucking idiot. He's so stupid. It's so fun. It's like fun to get mad at him because he's very easy to critique.
Of course, Zelda is not trans, but I digress.
How do you know Zelda's not trans? What is trans to elf? What you're talking about a mythical creature from a video game. As we all know, Zelda's not trans. What is it? What is Zelda? What is Zelda? Hold on, I'm gonna go on the Zelda wiki. What gender is Zelda? Because this guy doesn't do any research. He didn't even know who Hunter Schafer was before making a fucking 11-minute video about it. Oh my god, what about okay, so Zelda is depicted as Zelda, here's one for you. I have one for you. So Zelda is, it does say Zelda's a female character in the AI overview, which I trust my AI overlords with my very life. I will take that as gospel. But those who are familiar with Nintendo IP or played Super Smash Bros. Melee, you would know that Zelda is also Sheik, right? So I have a question. What if Hunter Schafer gets casted to play Sheik? Then what's the excuse? Because Sheik is literally like Zelda being a boy, right? So is then the new grift going to be, well, this is actually a girl playing a boy's role, so actually it should be the other way around. Like they need to find a trans. If they want somebody to play Sheik in the next Zelda movie or this Zelda movie, is that person going to have to be a trans man? By his own logic, right? By his own logic, because he's like, trans women can only play trans women in movies. So I that would be great. I want to see what happens if Sheik appears. And they cast a trans man for it. That would be lit. So I just want to see what the response at that point is. I want to see what the new grift is.
Movie directed by Wes Ball, best known for The Maze Runner and Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, is being produced by Miyamoto and Avi Arad. The film's release was recently delayed from March of 2027 to May for production reasons. With the success of the Super Mario Bros. Movie generating high expectations, The Legend of Zelda is seen as another key project for Nintendo and Sony in their push for more video game adaptations. Look, nobody can deny that the Super Mario Bros. Movie was a success. It was, pretty sure it made Super Mario box office. I think it made $1 billion or close to it. Yeah,
Does he have kids? Why is TheQuartering watching the Super Mario movie?
yeah, 1.4 billion. And it was only an okay movie. Like, it was a fine movie. I can't remember if I saw it in the theater or if I just watched it outside of the theater. I know I watched it in my house, but I can't remember if I saw it in the theater before that or not. The only bad part of the Super Mario movie was Seth Rogen not even trying to do a voice for Donkey Kong Jr. Or who was he? Diddy Kong? I forget.
He was Donkey Kong. I did watch the movie. I'm just trying. What is Donkey Kong supposed to sound like? Has there ever been an instance? Like, he just has a problem with fucking everybody. He hates Seth Rogen because Seth Rogen is like woke, right? He's like a woke moron that thinks it's cool that his car gets broken into in LA. But like, and like, oh god, there are examples of bad voice acting, like the new Garfield. Whoever they chose to do the voice acting for the new Garfield movie in the trailer, I was just like, what the fuck is this shit? Get this guy out of here. But how is Donkey Kong supposed to sound? No, he's getting his own grift fucked up. People were mad. He doesn't even remember his own grift. He literally doesn't even remember. Stop. He doesn't even remember he's so full of shit. He forgets what his own grift is. I remember your grift. I remember what the culture war was, because then you have the other guy. What is it? God, I'm going to look up another quartering fucking thing, and it's going to fucking take too long to find what he's talking about. Quartering Super Mario movie. So now he's saying this was a fine movie. This was a fine movie. This was a fine movie. God, quartering, get more relevant so your fucking channel comes up on YouTube search. Can you please be more relevant, for the love of God? Oh my God, here it is. This was a fine movie. It was okay. 2 years ago. The Super Mario Bros. Is the worst movie in history. Insane critics roasted.
And then, when could Mario turn into a cat? I guess, like, if you're into furries, that works. And maybe that'll play really well in Asian markets. I know they love cats over there, like, love cats. But I just felt it robbed Mario of a lot of his personal dignity.
Did he hate it?
Day. The release of the Super Mario Bros. Movie is upon us, and the critics, of course, are reminding the world that their job is completely useless. In fact, movies actually make good video reviewers. And most people reviewing the movie just don't like Chris Pratt, and they're trying to pretend.
So then his grift was he had to defend Chris Pratt because Chris Pratt is like a Christian, and I do believe he was being unjust, because there are like, I hope I'm using the term correctly, maybe I'm not, but there are like DEI issues in media. I'm not going to say it's not a thing, right? My problem with TheQuartering is he over-exaggerates issues to the point where it's like comical. But yes, Chris Pratt, the guy who voiced Mario, he was getting attacked by like lefty grifters. I'll put it that way. I don't even know how to say it better, because Chris Pratt is like a devout Christian and they fucking hate Christians. They hate that traditional aspect of Chris Pratt. But one of the main criticisms that I agreed with that people kept spouting was that Chris Pratt wasn't doing a good Mario voice, which he didn't. It was okay in the movie, but I remember that was 100% the fucking issue that people had. The issue was that Chris Pratt was doing a bad voice for Mario. He wasn't trying to do like an Italian accent. It wasn't that fucking, he got his grifts confused. He tried to remember a drama from the Super Mario movie and got it and conflated two things, because he hates Seth Rogen, because Seth Rogen is like this woke fucking weirdo from LA. And then the other side of the culture war, they hated Chris Pratt because he's like a traditionalist, like devout Christian. So he's like conflating his own arguments with the other sides.
And that's not why they're reviewing. Came in. This is 104 plus that have it as certified rotten. Fans have rated it at a 98%. Well, it stayed at 98% of how critics are. It's not supposed and understands why Mario is so beloved. We're expecting this to be some sort of deep lore, thriller. It's just supposed to be fun. And that's really at the core of what makes the Mario games great in the first place. All the way includes Chris Pratt and others. It's critic proof. Also, working Super Mario Bros. Favor is Spring Break with good.
Maybe he's not even the one who made that criticism, but that was 100% the criticism at the time. Go ahead, try to prove me wrong. He got it confused. The issue wasn't that Donkey Kong's voice wasn't good. It was literally that Chris Pratt's voice for Mario wasn't good. And I do remember even myself thinking that, like, in the trailer, it was like jarring that, like, Chris Pratt was probably not the best choice for Mario. I think they made it work. But he's literally confusing his talking points with, like, the other sides because I don't even know how to describe it. I feel like this drama is a little old. LOL. Oh, what? Oh, the Mario movie, yeah. But, like, this video we're going over, this announcement was just today. TheQuartering just put this video out an hour ago. I don't think I'm late to this topic.
Yeah. But he was basically just Seth Rogen. It was the laziest voiceover crap ever, and it was totally immersion breaking.
He's confusing that.
The movie was...
He's literally conflating that with his boy. The argument was that the main thing people were talking about is that Chris Pratt wasn't trying hard enough to do, like, an Italian accent, and it was immersion breaking. And he's just trying to bitch on the lefty. He's just trying to dunk on the lefty to make an example out of him when that wasn't, like, maybe somebody thought that, but fucking what does Donkey Kong sound like? And traditionally in a video game, Mario barely fucking talks. What does Donkey Kong sound like? I get, like, dunking on Seth Rogen is funny because he's a fucking moron of an entirely different variety than TheQuartering, where Seth Rogen will go on and be like, I think it's weed's cool. I think it's cool when my car gets broken into in LA. Like that, but I get that he's a fucking moron, but that I do not believe. I think he's getting his arguments fucked up.
In general, fine, I would say. But the fact that the media is completely melting down, nobody is even talking about the woman that actually got the job. It's just all
it just got fucking announced, bro. It just got fucking announced and ended the discussion about Hunter Shafer. So people are mostly talking about Hunter Shafer still.
Fake bot accounts, the same people that are always shipping and putting up fan mashups or whatever. No way they got a female. Awesome. She looks beautiful. I hope the Zelda movie is very, very good.
And then I agree with the bot account thing, but the bot account thing was mostly from the production company of Hunter Shafer or the publicity company from Hunter Shafer. It wasn't, there are trans people on the internet, shocker quartering, and the trans people would have liked the trans person to be the lead role. The people don't even like this. The reason to say that is to imply that people didn't even actually want this person to play the role. They absolutely did. They absolutely did. And I understand that it was a marketing ploy. He didn't even bring that up. That's what happened, in my opinion. I understand it was a marketing ploy to push Hunter Shafer from their production or their fucking media, fucking the people who make Hunter Shafer, the people that make money from Hunter Shafer. All right. If anything, it was a ploy from them to get this person's name thrown around a little bit, get a little publicity on them. It wasn't a bunch of trans people creating bot accounts to pump up Hunter Shafer to gaslight Nintendo. That did not happen. That I looked into it enough that I'm confident that you cannot show me any evidence that would suggest that was happening to any meaningful capacity. Okay?
Good, because it's just an excellent property. I have a lot of fond memories of Zelda. I can't actually remember if I've beaten any of them. I've played almost all of them.
I beat Tears of the Kingdom. No. Breath of the Wild. I did not beat Tears of the Kingdom because I didn't like it. It was okay. It was okay, but like, unless you were like really, really, really in love with Zelda or the property or the game in general, in my opinion, the Breath of the Wild was enough. And then Tears of the Kingdom shook the formula up enough to play for like a couple hours. Not enough for me to beat the game. But I did beat Breath of the Wild.
All of them? Except for, wasn't there one on like the 3DO or something like that? One of the really old, like, I think it was a 3DO. I never played that. But I've played all of them. And this movie coming out makes me want to play them again. Even the new ones. I'll never really connect with like Breath of the Wild the same way I do with the originals because they came out when I was young and, you know, they're part of my childhood. But it does make me want to play these Zelda games again and defeat them just as soon as I'm done finishing Expedition 33. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like on it.
No,
And if you haven't yet, subscribe or follow down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.
Oh my god. The American flag, don't tread on me. And then it was this Nancy Pelosi. Dude, his brain is falling out of his fucking head. And I'll be honest, like, I don't know. I would say that I'm left leaning, but I definitely have like a lot of like opinions that are shared by like right wing. Like I do think that there is something to like men need to be men again. I like not in a cringy way, but I do think there is like a level to that that's true. And I agree with it, right? But I don't know, like there's levels to that shit. Like I think you can be critical of like culture, like aspects of culture without becoming like a fucking brain rot freak, brain fucking falling out of your head freak about it. But yeah, I don't know. That's the quartering being fucking the quartering. All right, I have another topic I want to cover unless someone else has a suggestion. But no, actually, it doesn't matter if you have a suggestion. I'm doing this. I'm going in for it. So recently, good segue here, coming off TheQuartering's coverage of the Zelda game, TheQuartering also made a huge announcement recently, a breathtaking, like I couldn't believe it admission. God, be quartering, be more relevant so I can find you easier in search engines.